They were out there on the South Lawn.
6
It
of
has
them.
been very cold, but the words were hot. Tell us what your big takeaways today.
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is the clip that you just played, Andrea. The fact that you heard President Trump not rule out a pardon for Michael Flynn. Now, I have been speaking with sources familiar with his discussions with his attorneys. I am told that there have been no discussions as of right now about an actual pardon for Michael Flynn. So I think that is important to point out. But still, the language is important. The fact that he responded to that question is significant. Now, I asked him, when did he learn that Michael Flynn lied to the FBI? Of course, we all remember that tweet that got so much attention in which he said he fired him because he lied to the vice president and the FBI. His legal team walked that back. When I asked him the question today to really put a fine point on it, Andrea, he said, you know the answer to that question. The reality is we don't know the answer to that question. We're still waiting for the answer. It's clearly something that has been of interest not only to reporters, but investigators as well. He doubled down on his criticism of the FBI, likely the FBI under James Comey. You heard him say, we're rebuilding it now. Just 2 weeks ago, he said the FBI is in tatters. Of course, he's talking about what he perceives to be some conflicts that have been uncovered within the ranks there at the FBI. So really doubling down on some of his fire and fury as it relates to the FBI. And of course, we've seen a pretty sharp backlash in the wake of him making those very critical comments of the law enforcement, Andrea.
And to Greg Miller, because you were part of the team reporting on an extraordinary reporting that the president rejects criticism of Vladimir Putin, Russia, and all the rest in his daily intelligence brief, putting the CIA on the spot so that they put things in writing with the understanding that he's not going to read the full brief, and verbally they just ignore the things that they know will set him off.
Yeah, I mean, so this is the intelligence officials we spoke with emphasized that we're not withholding critical information from the president, but everybody we talked to said that there's a great deal of massaging of this that goes on to try to avoid drawing his ire, and to try to avoid, as one official told us, having the daily briefing go off the rails, which is what happens if he's confronted with sensitive information about Russia and the interference in the election. So as you just said, there are coping mechanisms, if you will. They'll put material in the written product so that the intelligence community can say, look, it's there for the president, we're not withholding anything, but it may not be called to his attention orally in that daily presentation.
David Priest, you're an expert on this. You used to give the daily brief. These are the crown jewels of American intelligence. We've had differing ways of different presidents accepting it verbally, in writing, every day, in person. But in my experience, this is the first president who is, from all their reporting, which is extensively reported, not taking it in, not either reading or I mean, they're editing it. They're basically trimming their sails. It's
yeah, we haven't seen, in the reporting, at least I didn't see it, and I'll ask Greg to fill us in on this. I didn't see anything saying that they were taking out Russia analysis from the written president's daily brief that they give to the president. They simply weren't calling those items out in the oral briefings.
What's the implication of that, though?
Well, that's not unusual. Every president has his own style. And